No amount of guilt can change the past, and no amount of worry can change the future. Do not overdo the love so that it becomes an attachment, nor overdo the hate so that it brings destruction. If we are weary for good, then indeed the weariness will disappear and the good will last. But if we take pleasure in sin, then indeed the pleasure will disappear and the sin will be eternal. What passes me by will never be my destiny, and what is destined for me will never pass me by. A person's crown is his intellect, a person's rank is his religion, while a person's honor is his character. A mild virtue is to show a radiant face and speak gentle words. I fear a day will come when the unbelievers will be proud of their lies, and the believers will be ashamed of their faith. Don't be sad about what has passed, unless it makes you work harder for what is to come. Know that there are two kinds of patience. One is better than the other. Patience in times of calamity is good. Better still is patience refraining from what Allah has forbidden. Be dignified, honest, and always speak the truth. Patience is the healthiest ingredient in our lives. Hold fast to the truth, even if it will kill you. If your partner is angry, then you must be calm, because when one is the fire, the other must be the water that can reduce the anger. Of all the friends I have found none better than. Guarding the tongue, I thought of all the garments, but found none better than piety. I pondered over all forms of good deeds, but found none better. Then giving good advice, I sought all forms of sustenance, but found none better than patience. The tongue will continue to speak the truth as long as the heart is sincere and noble. The best way to beat someone is to beat them with politeness. Whoever has a clear heart, Allah will also correct what is evident on his face. Get used to a life of hardship, because fun doesn't last forever. I don't care about my hardships and joys, because I don't know which of them is better for me. Avoid laziness and boredom, for they are the keys to evil. Indeed, if you are lazy, you will not fulfill many obligations. If you are bored, you will not endure fulfilling obligations. Omar said, "A country will be destroyed, even if it is prosperous." They asked, "How can a country be destroyed, even if it is prosperous?" He replied, "If traitors become officials and treasures are controlled by the wicked." Women are not clothes that you can put on and take off at will. Women are honorable and have their rights. Sometimes the person with the darkest past will create the brightest future. Do not take ill will from the unkind words that come out of your brother's mouth, while you can still find a better meaning. I have never once regretted my silence, but I have regretted my speech many times. Don't forget yourself when giving advice to others. If you find a fault in someone and you want to revile him, then revile yourself, because your faults are more than his. The person I like the most is the one who's willing to point out my mistakes. People who are willing to point out where you went wrong are your real friends, while those who only spread nonsense by always praising you, they are actually the executioners who will destroy you. Whoever puts himself in a place where he can be suspected, then he should not regret it if people are prejudiced against him. Achieve knowledge, and to gain knowledge, learn to be calm and patient. A knowledge, even if it does not benefit you, will not harm you. Knowledge has 3 stages. If a person enters the first stage, he will be arrogant. If he enters the second stage, he will be humble. If he enters the third stage, then he will feel that he is nothing. Never be amazed at how good a person is at speech rhetoric, but one who fulfills his trust and refrains from speaking about the honor of others. He is the real man, the one who is truly noble. A reasonable person is one who likes to receive and seek advice. A person of knowledge is more important than a person who always fasts, prays, and does jihad. This is because if a knowledgeable person dies, there will be a void in Islam that cannot be filled, except by his successor, who is also a knowledgeable person. Don't be fooled by people who recite the Quran, but look to those whose behavior is in accordance with the Quran. Sit with those who love Allah, for associating with such people enlightens the mind. Remember Allah too much, for that is medicine. Don't make yourself remember people too much, for that is a disease. I was never worried about whether my prayers would be answered or not, but what I was more worried about was not being guided to keep praying. Avoiding sin is lighter than enduring the pain of regret. Be patient, for patience is a pillar of faith. Take care of your prayer, because when you lose your prayer, then you will lose everything. Belief faith is where there should be no difference between what you do, what you say, and what you think. Invite someone to Islam even without words. They asked, "How?" He replied with your manners.